Hello, sports fans. Mauricio here. Well, let's do some Power BI. When I click the button here, Power BI turns on and looks like this. So, I guess you could pull up your recent reports. Select the data source. So this is fall 2025. Every time you turn it on, it's a little different. That's cloud apps. All right, there's SQL, and we're going to get our data from SQL. I didn't mean to click this down here, so cancel that out. Do not need to turn on SQL to access the data in your database. So let me go ahead and put in the server cb hyphen etc. Alright, so there's my database. You would use yours and I would use mine, and so I want to make a report from the Shopify database that we've been building. Just kind of walk through some things. You want to be able to do what I'm showing you, but then you want to make your own reports, and of course you're going to have your own interests of things to analyze. All right, so you would choose your database, and if you were wanting to bring in stored procedure data, you would type exec and then the name of your stored procedure. So this is a Microsoft product, so it works closely with the other Microsoft products, which is why I use it. The thing, though, you might want to think about or experiment with is if you bring in transaction level data. So we're going to connect 3 or 4 tables and bring in raw data, or should I say unsummarized data. If you bring in unsummarized data, then you could summarize it 10 different ways, whatever you want. If you run a stored procedure, however, that runs a group by, then the data is already condensed, and then you have less options for further condensing and visualization. So a column chart is a condensing, it's a group by query. So if the data is already grouped, then you can't ungroup it, for one, to drill down into problem areas. So you might want to use a stored procedure to pull together the data set you want and already have pre-made metrics made. I like that very much. So you might run a stored procedure to do that, but my point is you may not want to condense the data too much. You can calculate columns of metrics and go, get the data from 3 different tables. So you can run Sorry, I'm going on and on. You can run a stored procedure that joins a bunch of tables into one data set and feed that one data set into Power BI. Or you can just connect to 5 tables. And the Power BI will do the joins for you. Hey, how do you like that? All right, so hit OK here. And so we're going to just try to make some quick reports with the Shopify. All right, so you just pick the tables you want. So it looks like there's customers, categories. What the heck? Get them all. Orders, I was buying new stuff. Products. There's my sales summary, sales details. The other stuff's playing around. I think that's enough. We could always come back and get more. You can transform the data and get rid of data or add more columns. Not going to do that right now. That's a whole nother video. Now, we can see that the data's here. So you just pick the different columns from the different tables. That's real nice. Like I said, if you did have one query that did all the joins, not easy work, by the way, but you may have to join the data to get access to the columns you need. But if you can just connect to a bunch of tables, uh, it's easier. Plus, it's kind of nice. You can just open the table, get the columns you need, close the table, and keep making the report. So I guess you don't need the sales summary table, but I brought it in anyway. So what do I like about Power BI, Featherman? What do you like about it? Well, you get a data model. So this is wonderful. This is the transaction table. You definitely want to put that in the middle. So interesting, the sales summary table is not connected to anything. I'm not going to worry about that now, but sales ID could, let's see if it just draws it. Yeah, sale ID could connect to sales ID. Oh, it's going to work. All right, so let's think about this. So the sale ID from the summary table must match. I would say the sales. Either way, it doesn't matter. They have to match on this column. But let me cancel that. Each sales ID belongs to one and only sale. Yeah, that's what I want. Each sales ID belongs to one and only one sales summary. Okay, so you can even do some data modeling in here. Those foreign keys don't propagate back to the database, but they may help you report work. So it helps making reports. It helps to know something about data modeling. Trust me. All right, so let's make some charts. What kind of data do you have, Featherman? Well, I got sales details data, so let's look at our products. How about your good old column chart? But why don't we put a filter over here, the Kook funnel? Put the Kook funnel over here. Tell you a story about that if you ask. And let's get categories in there. So that'd be category. You see, that's a bit of a problem. So if we put category name in here, I don't think that's going to allow us to filter the products. But hey, let's find out. So you click off that, and by the way, you have to click off the chart, and then you could add a new object. So now I'm going to click off that object, go back to the chart, and you see the options change over here. So let's see what we got. Products. I'm going to try product name in the x-axis. And then we want to know how many units. That's usually pretty interesting in the y-axis. And it's putting the products in, let's see, sort by product name. I guess that would make sense. And then sort axis ascending, A on the left. Thank you very much. And that'd be great if this would work. Oh, it did. Impressive. Well, because it knows. That is very impressive because it knows categories and products go into categories in it. It knows there's a foreign key relationship on a category ID, which I did not use. I used category name in here, but it looked back into the. Well, that's my hypothesis, but it looked back into the category table. Oh, you clicked on category television. Well, that's number 4. And so let me show you the products for number 4. So that's wonderful. Maybe I spoke too fast. Oh, I don't know. I must have put a category there. It didn't have anything. All right, Soap. You may want to put products in an order that may make sense, so we'll sort that by the sum, and I think it's common to put the biggest one on the left, kind of like a histogram. So we will sort descending. So we are selling the most sunburn soap. How about clothing? Now that's getting interesting. So I think we need another slicer. Oh, here goes my brain out. Overdrive. We need another slicer for like subcategories like hats. Oh, Featherman, can't you filter it? Unscripted. Sure, we can try. All right, on this page, let's put product name up here. Filters on this page. All right, so we're going to filter advanced. Contains the word hat. Hat or hats. Let's see what happens. I think that's a thing. Okay, sport fans, I learned something. This first product list is filtered already on category names, so this second filtering didn't work. At least it didn't work right out of the box. So what I did was said, okay, forget you. We're not going to filter by product here. We'll just filter by categories here. And then I went right here and did duplicate. So I guess this would be product sales by, for one category. Could always change this later. And then here we're going to say hats. Jesus. Yep. All right, you can duplicate this. And then here we could change it to shirts. Shirt. All right, there we go. Then we'll change this, so shirt. So you can do page level filters. That's what I'm doing. Hats and shirts. All right, so that's enough. Go ahead and save this, and let's sure. Shopify 1. And let's see if we can publish this. So I'm going to share this. Let's see. Yeah, upload your file. Oh boy. Every semester's different. All right. I am going to put the publishing in a new video, but let's see if we can finish this out with anything interesting. Okay, here's something interesting. I put product on the x-axis. That's our dimension of interest. And then I'm looking at profit. And then we can see which products are driving profit. Orange Hawaiian shirt, so it looks like shirts and hats, but we already know that, shirts and hats. But this soap is interesting, a lot of bug repellent. So this is summing. You could also count the number of sales. Now you're getting me interested. All right, but real quick, we can put the preferred vendor on the legend. This is a stacked column chart, so you put the second dimension on the legend. So I don't have the numbers, the names here that we'd have to have in another table. We could follow up on this. Take care.